Alright guys, what's going on? How are you guys doing today? Guys doing well? Uh, Today's gonna be a pretty big stream. It's gonna have some updates on future content. We're gonna do a lot of things. So yeah. Alright guys, what's going on?
My
How are
stream,
you guys
where's
doing
my
today?
stream open? Here it
Guys doing
is.
alright. I was awkward. Anyways, let's start our order of business. Uh, I'll just wait for a few more people to show up and then we'll get started. So yeah. Um all right. First things first, want to thank Technicals for quote retweeting uh the Luffin video. Uh I've been working on that for like a few weeks now, like a month and a half basically, so to get the recognition for it and yeah, stuff like that is really great. Uh yeah, I put a lot of work into it, obviously. Uh Wanted to like I originally had uh a script done for it, but then I was like, no, I want to add more to this. There needs to be more. And I wanted to also spice it up, you know, because my videos could be a little like little not dry, but like they could be pretty serious and straightforward, and I want it to be a bit more like spicy. Uh Add some more fun stuff, like Evidence.drip at the end, which is the greatest rap song ever created. And if anybody disagrees with you, then I don't know. They're an anti-haxer. All right. So, yeah, want to thank Tech for that. We were able to get in less than 24 hours over 6,000 views on uh the Luffin video, which is pretty insane. Want to thank you guys for that. You guys really enjoyed some of this content. You guys also, for anybody new on the channel, you guys also checked out some of my other videos, uh, which is always great. Uh, so yeah, I want to thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for all the support over these past couple months. It's been pretty weird, pretty rough. Hacks is still banned. Tech has caused a civil war in the commentary community. Augie is mentally deranged, but we're good. I'm good. So yeah. All right. So yeah, want to thank you guys. Now, next up is new content. So, or not new content, but future content. I want to do more refined stuff on my channel, like the Leffen video that I did. These past couple of videos that I've been doing, as you guys can see here, these are the kind of videos I kind of want to make. Maybe not in terms of the topic and talking about drama and stuff, but like in terms of overall production quality and effort going into the videos, the quality and that kind of stuff. I kind of want to upload more analytical and commentary based content. Uh, so I'm gonna be doing one on Dual Destinies, the Ace Attorney game. That's one that I had promised a while ago, but then I decided to make this Leffen video and put it on hold. So that's gonna be coming out in the future. That's probably gonna be my next video. After that, I have some other ideas. I got uh, uh, RNG in competitive gaming, which is uh, I think is going to be a pretty interesting topic. I want to talk about that. I'm going to cover all sorts of stuff like different types of RNG, competitive video games, trying to break down why RNG can be pretty annoying to deal with, and just overall talking about just games in general. Uh, then we have video on NetPlay, the evolution of NetPlay Falcos, which I think would be pretty funny. Gonna be kind of like a rant almost, but that'll be a good one when it comes out. When I start working on it. Because right now I'm working on my Dual Destinies one. Um, Also want to get another episode of Name Pending out, which is our current podcast. As you guys can see, Name Pending. We did an episode a month ago, which is uh pretty long ago. I want to try to, like, I don't want them to be too frequent, but I want, because these aren't really like the bulk of the content that I want to make, but I still want to keep the podcast going, keep it like consistent. If you guys want to watch, we do the podcast live in Discord on Discord stage events. So if you want to join, you can join my Discord server. It's right here, Discord server. If you just go to my channel links, and it's probably somewhere down the description here to join the Discord. So if you guys want to join the Discord, we announce when we're gonna do the next name pending episodes in there. So if you want to keep up to date on when the next episode's gonna be, you should join there. And that's also where we record them. If you guys want to listen to them live, but they will be posted here anyway. So yeah. Also, I might upload a new surprise video. I'm not sure. I need the timing would need to be right. Because I have not started working on this at all, but I've been thinking about it, and I might make it sometime. But if it, I'm not gonna leak the topic, but it's gonna be, if I make it, it'll be very, very good. I just wanted to do more live streams like this where I can just talk to you guys. Just chat, maybe Q&A. Also, just playing games with the boys. Playing games on stream. And also uploading them. I want to take the VODs of us playing, chop them up, and then post them to my second channel, which is here. If you guys want to subscribe over here, you should. This is where my gaming content's going to be. So, videos like, say, Among Us the Perfect Crimes, this one. Just like these normal, like, funny moments videos. 1K subscriber special, which we actually hit 2K, which thanks for that as well. Forgot to mention that. Smash Ultimate is Toxic, Mario Kart. Yeah, like those kind of videos I want to upload here. Um, yeah. Go subscribe over here if you haven't already. I'm gonna upload something here this week. So be on the look for that. Some second channel content. And yeah. What else we got? Yeah, so I might definitely look out for more live streams. Like, I want to make more refined content, obviously, but in between those videos, because those take time to make, but um in between I want to do live streams just to chat, see what your opinions are. uh we could have discussions, like group discussions, that kind of stuff. What are your thoughts on the John Swan video? I mean, I don't think it was terrible, but I think he made a bunch of the same dumb arguments that Augie makes. Like, oh, uh, like the whole brother thing. Like, look, I get the point they're trying to make, but it doesn't work because basically what they're trying to say is, oh, if Tech wants to condemn Zero, he would have to condemn his brother, but the thing is, he condemned both. So he's literally he's literally like a step ahead of them. They're like, oh, it would be hard for him to condemn both, but he condemned both. So there's no problem. That's not even an argument. And yeah, I think some of his criticisms were fair, some weren't. But yeah, I just don't see why this couldn't have just been a big case of agree to disagree. Because there are some people in that side of commentary that disagree with Tech, but they can still respect him. And there's some, because that's the thing, they argue in good faith. Like Willie Mac Show, Cordwit, Tipster, like I can respect them because they're honest. Like, I don't know them, I've never met them. The closest interaction I've ever had with any of them is Willie Mac Show actually commented on one of my videos, one of my old videos, like my Falco guide. So yeah, but like I don't know those guys, so it's like I can't really judge them as people, but the way that they argue in good faith, and I can understand why they have the positions they have, and I can accept the disagreement. I can accept that. But with people like Augie and Nick, it's just like, if they're just grifters. They're just grifters. That's it. That's all there is to it. Um, so yeah, if they want to agree to disagree, that's fine. But then they're doing all the stuff like, oh, but his brother is did this, and if you want to condemn Zero, you have to condemn him, even though you condemned both. And oh no, you can't talk about Zapdai. Oh no, it's like this whole situation is dumb, and it's been blown out of proportion. And it's stupid. So yeah, that's my thoughts on John Swan's video, and just that whole spiel, anyways. Right now, got to talk about the song. So this took me like 2 weeks to write, mainly just like on and off working on it. So we're gonna do our own Genius interview real quick. Uh, this is just a page that I made in like 2 seconds. But yeah, upload the video separately if you haven't noticed. Do you think Leffen will lose more subs? I mean, if my video gets big enough, it could. Maybe he could, but I don't know, because he might be gaining them back because he's able to compete now and he's able to build his brand up. Because that was the biggest thing, is that he couldn't compete and stuff, he couldn't build his brand up and repair. Like, basically now that he's able to, like, Summit allowed him to get his name out there and be like, yeah, like I do this and whatever, and gain followers and stuff. But hopefully people realize like he's not really worth their time. But yeah. So, alright, so now that the important stuff's out the way, talk about future content. Now it's time to dissect the song. So, this is the greatest rap song ever created, as I said before. If anybody disagrees with you, they're wrong. So let's get into this. So, you listen up, because I'm making this quick. Thinking about Leffen is making me sick. Obviously, Leffen is a disgusting human being. Scum. And thinking about it makes me sick. This is the most blunt line of the entire song. There's nothing else to say. Yeah, I've conspired with G, so you sound like a simp. You read the role and you still couldn't hit. So obviously, if you read the role and you whiff your attack, you didn't hit. And also hit as in sexual intercourse. Leffen couldn't hit. He's a simp. He couldn't hit. Yeah, you guys probably figured that out. This is as bad as it gets. Add to the list of the crimes you commit. They call me Zane because I'm nice with the stick. You're getting dropped, call it Genesis 6. So obviously Marth holds a sword that's kind of like a stick. Zane mains Marth. And stick is also vernacular for gun. I don't know why I said vernacular. It's slang for gun. So it's like, I'm nice with the stick. I got good aim. You're getting dropped, call it Genesis 6. Leffen had to drop out of Genesis 6, the tournament, because it conflicted with the melee and ult brackets conflicted with each other. So he couldn't compete in both, so he had to drop out of melee singles. Then afterwards he complained about Jigglypuff and how she should be banned, which is funny, but, you know. So yeah, you're getting dropped, call it Genesis 6. Leffen, ain't nothing I'm saying is new, so why are you acting surprised? Bro, ain't nobody mad that you made fun of Rocky. We're mad at the fact that you lied. Uh, yeah, just basically that nothing. This isn't some gotcha moment. This isn't like I'm digging up some dirt that's never been seen before to expose him. Like this is all known stuff. This isn't new information. And then, bro, ain't nobody mad that you made fun of Rocky is reference to like the argument's always like, oh, this all happened 10 years ago, and if you take anything anybody did back then, you know, it would make you look bad. But the thing is, that's not why we're mad, because a lot of the stuff Leffen did wrong did not happen 10 years ago. It happened within the past few years, like within 3 or 4 years from today. Like the Kensu situation happened like 2 months ago. You can't make the, oh, Leffen's changed since evidence.zip argument for something that literally happened like not even 2 months ago. Like it's like the excuses people come up with are dumb. Also, Rocky is one of the evidence.zip victims for anybody who doesn't know. He's one of the people that testified for evidence.zip. He's the one that needed the hearing aid because he basically lost his vision, not vision, his hearing, and Leffen made fun of him for that. So yeah, we're not mad at the fact that we're not mad at him for what happened during evidence.zip. We're mad at him for the stuff he's done in recent times. And I say, you lied about Hungrybox, Samox, and Zero-Man. There ain't nowhere you can hide. Lied about Hungrybox being terrible to 99% of the community. He lied about Samox, where he was saying that his episode in the metagame documentary contains slander about uh, Evans.zip victims and that kind of stuff. And then he lied about Zero, which when he basically tried to corroborate Jisoo's false allegations with more false allegations. But when you got confronted about everything that you did, you disabled replies. So when Technical's video came out, he was getting bombarded with replies, and he was like, people were like, "Hey, can you address this criticism? Like, you lied. This, like, what is going on?" And instead of, addressing it, he disabled the replies, so we couldn't reply. We could still quote tweet, which was nice. But he's basically trying to ignore this as long as he can, but eventually it's gonna catch up to him in some way, shape, or form. You have an ego that's bigger than K. Rool, man. You need to lower your pride. You're firing shots and trying to be petty. Well, I got the tech on my side. I stay strapped with a tech on my side. Now, obviously, K. Rool's a pretty big character, so having an ego as big as K. Rool is pretty bad. You need to lower your pride. You're firing shots and trying to be petty. Well, I got the tech on my side. Obviously, tech is slang for gun, once again. Tech, as in, like, teching the ground or the wall. Uh, Probably the wall, because you're teching, like, on your side on the wall. And then tech is in technicals, so it's like a triple entendre. Well, I got the tech on my side. I stay strapped with the tech on my side. When I pull up, I hop off the ledge with the lasers, but you gonna ignore me because you try to block us like Miles Turner on the Pacers. Miles Turner is one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. Great rim protector, one of my favorite players. Can stretch the floor, can do it all. I watch a lot of sports, if you guys don't know, so yeah. But yeah, Miles Turner blocks shots. Leffen blocks people on Twitter. Thought that was a good reference. Uh, Duck when I aim, now you're crouch canceled. So like, when you uh like getting canceled but crouching, when he ducks when I aim, he's crouching, so he's getting canceled while crouching. It's like crouch canceled, and then crouch canceling the technique in melee. Tanking the hits which you won't answer, dodging the questions you dashed answer. Will never stand for this brash slander. So like dash dancing to like whiff punish and avoid attacks, like dodging the questions you dashed answer. Alright, this one goes hard. The yes men are riding your dick, put a saddle on, and the gold diggers be grabbing on. Let off the slug, I hit you with the gastrodon, turn you to ashes like battle bond. That that's the best. That's that right here. This best lyrics of the entire song. Best lyrics. So like gold diggers be grabbing on and gold diggers be grabbing on. Diggersby's a Pokemon for anybody who doesn't play Pokemon. So this is the kind of like Pokemon references like Gastrodon, turn you to ashes like Battle Bond. It's like turn you to ashes. Like basically you know what turn to ashes means, but then like turn you to ashes like Battle Bond. Greninja has an ability in Pokemon called Battle Bond that when it makes another Pokemon faint, it changes into the Ash form. So it's like I'll turn you to ashes like Battle Bond. Yeah, and then let off the slug. I hit you with the Gastrodon. Gastrodon's a slug. Slug is slang for like shotgun shell. So this is just Shoku's got to get me on a track, dude. These are the best. These Pokebars are better than anything he said before in his life. That I'm just playing, but you gotta. I gotta hop on the next cipher, dude. All right. They say you're the hero, but you're at a MP. Kamikaze, you SD'd. My bars are fire like Roy when you press B, so you don't want to test me. So don't test me, like Zane's Roy. My bars are fire like Roy when you press B. His neutral B is the, what is it called? Like Fire Blade. I forget the actual name of the special moves. But his sword, it's when he charges it up and goes for the overhead strike or overhead slash or whatever. And then they say you're the hero, but you're at a MP Kamikaze SD. Like, I don't get where this Leffen is the hero narrative came from. Because it's like, what has he done that's heroic? Besides, quote unquote, standing with Me Too victims when he really also lied during that time to kind of, boost his reputation. So it's like, is he really a hero if the best thing he's done is also fraudulent? Like, am I missing something? Like, a lot of the times when he's, oh, Flare Blade, there we go. A lot of the times when he's, uh, being a hero and slaying the villains, he's creating the villains too. He's solving problems that he created. Like, he turned HBox into a villain so he could be seen as a hero for slaying him. He turned Salem into a villain, slayed him to make him seem like a hero. He villainizes these people just to make himself look better by comparison, and then people are like, "Oh wow, he's a hero," when in reality he's not. I'm always getting the bread. I got plenty. Man, your pockets look empty. I'm in the back of your head living rent free. I'm destroying you mentally. Those are just self-explanatory. Nothing too crazy. Just to keep up with this rhyme scheme. You know, I put a hole in your fox. Now you're looking like roadkill. Your channel dying like Bodil. Obviously, Bodil is a old YouTuber. His channel hasn't been doing well as of late. So yeah, you ain't a god. You're a coward with no chill, and you're slimy as oatmeal. Oh yeah, I need to apologize. Is Salem active on the internet? No, because he got banned for something he deserved to get banned for. Had nothing to do with Leffen. It was with the Nairo Captain Zack situation. So yeah, he's not. I don't think he's active on the internet anymore, and frankly, he shouldn't be. Right now, it's probably not good for his health. But yeah, I need to apologize to Oatmeal for comparing it to Leffen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's I'm sorry to Oatmeal. Anyways, all that you've done is beyond reprehensible. The damage you've done is irreparable. Crying on Reddit complaining about technicals when nothing you're doing is ethical. The God Slayer with a this was another good bar. The God Slayer with a God complex. Hacks had you begging for pity. Think the community likes you when they say they need you. They're talking about Johnny and Wizzy. Ironically, during Summit yesterday or Saturday or whenever this happened, he lost to Wizzy twice. Did he lose twice or once? I know he lost to Wizzy, and the last stock he got need, so that was ironic because the only time we need him is Johnny and Wizzy. So yeah, playing the victim is honestly silly. Criticize left and he's not even listening. Acting oppressed, bro, you gotta be kidding. Yeah, you're punching down on Kensu. I'm punching up like Ryu, like Shoryuken. I helped teach beginners when you exploited me too. Yeah, that was I started really like started reviving my channel around that time. Around late June of last year is when I started posting my beginner's guides, and then obviously in July there was the whole Me Too movement, which was uh pretty sad. Wizzy and winners and Mango and losers. Yeah, I know in the bracket that's how things worked out, but I'm pretty sure they played two sets. I think there was like a tiebreaker or something. I don't know. I need to check, but I saw two VODs of Leffen versus Wizzy at Summit this year, so I don't know. Uh, but all them allegations, they were just a mistake. I just trusted Jisoo, guys. I'll tell you how her tits taste. I just had to include that for the culture, dude. All right, so that's basically the song. Uh, Such a good song. My boy Tofu Boy made the beat. I was gonna fun fact. I was gonna you guys know "Yup on My Tractor" by what's his name, Fly Rich Double or whatever his name is, the song that's like, I just got some new boots and a new tractor. That song. I was actually gonna use that beat because I thought it was funny. It would be a funny reference, but then uh the Jisoo line was savage. Yeah, you already know. Yeah, I was gonna use that beat, but then Tofu Boy made me this beat, and he was like, "You got to use it." I was like, "Nah, I don't want to. It's not funny. It's not as funny." And then everyone else was like, "Yo, this beat slaps. Like, what is wrong with you?" And I was like, "All right, I'm using the beat." And yeah, that was probably the best decision. He took my song and made it twice as good with the beat. So yeah. Um. Yeah. Now that's the song. I heard E's gonna react to it. He said so on his stream. Uh, and I also sent it to TK when he said he wanted to see whatchamacallit, stuff to talk about this week. So hopefully they react to it. Uh so yeah, that's probably the easiest way to show my documentary. They really drifted a tractor in that video. They did. They did. Alright. So now this is kind of the most important part of the stream besides the updates. I wanted to do a bit of like self-reflection. Um, you know, be honest with myself, see where my channel is. And the only way to do that is to gas myself up and make a tier list ranking my videos. So, we're going to be talking about um basically the progression, like the timeline of each video I've dropped that was like a commentary video. Basically everything in this playlist, and we're going to go over them now. So I want to use this as a way so that way I could as like this is also for you guys to give constructive criticism on certain parts of the video of my videos. So yeah, last year is when it all began. I made the TikTok retrospective. I had no clue what I was doing at the time. I was just kind of trying to make stuff. Let's actually open this up. So here we have it. Oh, I even chaptered it. Oh, did it auto? Oh, these chapters are auto-generated. What are these titles? Like, a lot of these are accurate. Like, too easy. They didn't have the chapter 2 in here. High Palace of Cards, CGNA. Excuses. It's why. Why? Why did it auto-generate? Griffin Johnson defeated Osama bin Laden as a as an auto-generated chapter. And defeated Osama bin Laden.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This was so yeah. Leffen video is easy S tier, you already know. Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing with this back then. I was just kind of editing stuff and trying to make this as long as I could. If you guys haven't seen it, you should go check it out. But yeah, the real part that was where I was like, this chapter, chapter 4, I talk about Addison Rae and Stans, and I just kind of took Fortnite footage and then talked over it with a boom bap beat in the background, and then showed clips and tweets and stuff over it. And this is kind of like the beginning of where my content is right now. Like this is kind of like where it all began, and it evolved into basically a more refined version of this.
mainly be aimed at the Addison Rae simps. If you ask for my honest opinion,
So it's like just I flash like tweets and stuff on the screen, and it's just gameplay footage. Like it's like my videos now. And so yeah, this is kind of important because it was obviously my first step. I think it was an okay video. I don't think it was bad, but it was just like I it's my first video. It's like it can only be so good. All right. Next, we have the dream stains are toxic. This is when Josh went on Twitter and said, "Hey, if you stan me, I don't like that." He doesn't like stan culture and thinks it's bad. Then he said Dream's name in one of his tweets, and then Dream got really mad for some reason. Because it wasn't even like he was insulting him or even attacked him. He just mentioned, like, I'm tired of stan culture, like the way you obsess over creators like Dream. Like, that, is that, do you guys consider that attacking somebody? Would you consider that like something, like, I don't think so. That's just me. I think the slime video is probably A or S tier. Yeah, I was thinking it was. I don't think it's S tier. I think it's A at best, but it's definitely an A tier. So yeah, let's open this up. This intro here, I'm gonna just be honest. This, like, when I was making it, uh, I didn't feel like it was my best piece of work. I was like, I don't know about this. When I posted this, and then I got the feedback from everybody else, and watching this like a year later, this is the best. This is one of the best videos I've ever made. I'm gonna be real. This is the best video I've ever made. Just look at this intro.
Dream is currently the most popular gaming channel on the internet. He has over 14 million subscribers and makes some of the best content on YouTube. His entertaining content and high-level Minecraft plays have allowed him to rapidly grow a massive fan base over this past year. However, these fans are some of the most obsessed and toxic people on the internet. Most people on the internet would consider these people as stans who hyperfixate themselves around their favorite creator and idolize them to unhealthy levels. It was only a matter of time before another person with a large following would bring this issue to light, and when they did, it only took a few more minutes for Dream to prove him right.
This being a stan is, I'm gonna be completely honest, it's very weird to me. It's something I'll never understand.
Dream's whole thing with the definition of stan is he's just feeding into what the stans want to hear.
Because at the end of the day, like, it really isn't that deep. And I feel like, obviously, these stans don't understand that. But as a creator, I felt obligated to the point that I didn't even want to be associated with that shit, right? Like, why would I want to get on Discord every day and have my day negatively impacted by people who take shit that I say too seriously? That's fucking ridiculous, and I'm not doing it.
Congrats. Oh, thanks, Tech. But yeah, this is, in terms of just like music choices, and the arguments I make, I feel like this is one of the best videos I've ever made. Uh, in all honesty. Uh, Basically, the point is that the point of this video was like, um, so Dream was trying to say that, oh, stans are just like very passionate fans, but when people say that stans are toxic, they're obviously not referring to, like, whether that's the definition of a stan or not. Some people will say, oh, it's the overzealous fan, uh, the crazy obsessed fan that it's unhealthy to unhealthy levels. Like, depending on what your definition is, it basically turned the stan argument of are stans toxic into a semantic debate of whether or not stans are uh what constitutes being a stan. But the point of this video was to kind of basically just say that uh it doesn't matter, because when people say stans are toxic, they're obviously not referring to just somebody who draws fan art. That's not what they're referring to when they say stans are toxic. They're obviously referring to the people that hyperfixate their entire presence around one another person. That's what they consider a stan. And whether you consider it or not, you can't deny the fact that that's still toxic. So, yeah, I feel like this video, like, looking back at it, this is one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. Alright, next up, the MVD video. And I'm gonna be real with you, this is one of the worst I've made. Not that I think I'm wrong. I honestly, I don't think I'm wrong on any of these videos. Like, that may sound really bad, but I don't think my opinions were necessarily incorrect. Which is why there's no F tier here, because a lot of the times history has gone in my favor. So obviously, like, people know TikTok's cringe, Dream cringe, MVD ended up apologizing, Rachel Nichols gets fired, um, Hugs apologizes. Like, it's not that necessarily I'm wrong about this stuff. Like, obviously, it's more nuanced than just everything I say is correct and I am God, right? But I don't think I'm wrong on all these things. It's just how I presented how I present the argument and how thorough I am and how clear I make my opinions. That's where I think that's basically what we're evaluating here. And I feel like I did not do that very well with the MVD video because I didn't give proper context to some of the situations, which is
Right.
why if I could go back and remake this video, I would. But honestly, like, if you search up MVD, this video pops up. So it's like, that's also, so it's kind of like a good thing because it's like, oh, my video gets traction, but at the same time, I don't feel like it's a good video. So it's weird. But basically, this was just in reference to, also, I would want to remake this video for other reasons, but basically, this was in reference to, his involvement with the D1 case where D1 was accused of raping somebody who was 18. They were drinking, which in America, the drinking age is 21. It's not 18. So she technically was drinking underage, but she's still an adult. But it's still illegal to do that. And MVD came to this party with that person. Now, whether they were like a chaperone or just a friend or whatever, he still has like a responsibility as someone who was 24 at the time. He still has a responsibility to, you know, make sure that they're not getting blackout drunk at a party if they're not of legal drinking age, let alone in a community where it turns out that she ends up getting sexually assaulted. It's like, that's obviously, like, I'm not gonna blame him. I explicitly said he's not at fault for her getting assaulted in any capacity whatsoever. He still should apologize for, like, maybe not being responsible enough to, you know, not let her drink copious amounts of alcohol when she's not of drinking age. And eventually he apologized for what he did. But this is his initial response. This was his response. Apparently, me knowing an under 21 is drinking who then proceeds to get raped makes me a bad person, question mark.
21 is drinking who then proceeds to get raped makes me a bad person? The end.
Like, what do you think the answer is to that? Answer your own question, MVD. Answer it. He ended up apologizing for this, which is obviously good, but yeah. Then the other thing I covered is how he should have taken a more proactive stance when it comes to condemning someone like Samsora, because it's more than just talking about, like a narrative in the community, like, oh, people, like, TK Breezy said, like, we don't need to talk about this stuff and say that it's bad because we all know it's bad, but that's not the reason you do it. It's basically just for PR and, like, optics. You condemn it because it's bad, so that way people outside the community see, okay, this isn't some, you know, predator ring. And the fact that they don't do that is just, it's disappointing. And then also the reason why I'd want to remake this video is because more stuff came out about MVD, like how he kind of snaked D1, and then it's ironic, he snaked D1, MVD, but apparently the girl that got raped in this situation, this was on her 18th birthday. So I'll talk about this later when I get to this video, but apparently MVD was, quote unquote, as he puts it, into her when she was 17 and he was 24. So it's like, why is that not a problem? But Anti and his situation, why does he need to be slayed for what he did? When MVD is what Smash leaders want you to think Anti is. That's basically what it is. But I didn't really make my arguments clear in this video, so I put it D. Next is the Rachel Nichols video. This was the most random one I've ever made, but I do not like Rachel Nichols. But the only problem with this video, like, once again, I don't think I'm wrong, because she ended up getting fired. But the problem is that it's not her exclusive. My problems with her in this video are not exclusive to just her. This is just a problem with sports media. Like, it's a problem with sports media in general. It's not just her. Like, firing her is not going to fix the issues. She's just part of it. But once again, I don't think I'm wrong about anything. The one problem with this video is that, okay, we're right here.
1,850. Want to know how many times anyone has blocked him? 9 times.
9.
Yes, just watched only the 9th time in 16 years anyone has done this.
This is also false. Here are some clips of LeBron getting blocked at the rim over the course of his career.
I wanted to use LeBron type beat, if you guys have ever heard LeBron type beat, but apparently LeBron type beat, it says free in the title, and it got copyright claimed when I tried to upload it. So I ended up having to mute it out. So it's just LeBron getting docked and it's blocked. It's just muted. Just watching him get blocked. Where's Miles Turner on the Pacers? So yeah, that's the one problem. Your last video was great. Also, thoughts on Tekken 0. Here's my thoughts on the whole Tekken 0. I covered this earlier. We can basically this whole debacle with like Tech and the commentary community and Zero. It basically comes down to, what's your definition of a pedophile? Which, look, if you want to think, oh, Zero's not a repeat offender, this isn't, he didn't do this out of like wanting to endanger children or some malicious like mindset of liking children. If you want to make that argument that no, he's not like a long-term danger to children, or at least he's currently not a danger to children as of our knowledge, I'm not against that. But if you think he still is, because look, he did it once, we can't trust this guy, I don't disagree either. I think both are fine takes to have. It's just that this whole thing got blown out of proportion, and mainly by Augie and Nick, who do not argue in good faith in any capacity, I don't think. Especially Augie, who just spurged out on the Keemstar debate. But yeah, I do not. This shouldn't have been as big of a deal as it should have been. It really should have just been agree to disagree. But anyways, we included 2K footage. Where's the clip?
Players are. Now, this is true for many people who vote on NBA awards, but unfortunately,
This picture's good.
Rachel Nichols is one of the biggest liars I've ever seen in sports television, and it's shocking how she can consistently...
We were playing the LeBum challenge in this. It was me, Jack, and I think Matt, and we were going up against Abby. Abby hit the dumbest three.
It's one thing to give
right
dumb
here.
takes, but to purposely spew false information to the public is objectively
Pause
worse. I'm just
with
going
the
to go through
match.
every blatant lie.
So yeah, this video I think it's a fine video. It's going in solid. The Augie vs Tech debate was gold. It was it was insufferable because Augie's just his voice is insufferable. Yeah. All right, so these were all like the stepping stones for this channel and like growing as a content creator. Then these were kind of like these are all the big ones. So first we have the current state of the Smash community. I think this is an A. We go back. Okay, so this is what I was gonna. Let me find it. So I talk about it here. So basically, this section ABC MVD. I compare MVD to anti, and basically say that MVD is just what people think anti is.
Allegations of sexual misconduct, while the most serious allegations were proven.
Let me find it. Segment. So, yeah. So D1 did the thing with. Oh wait, didn't Nick kind of backstab Tech, or did I mishear? It really doesn't matter. The point is that Nick and Augie are dumb. They're just dumb. So yeah, let me find the message.
The cake is right here.
Like, Anti ended up posting this clip from the video, which is pretty funny. So yeah. So this is what he said. All I know is of happening was you potential. This was in reference to the rape incident. All I know is of happening was you potentially hooking up with the girl I'm into, which I can't be mad at you for since her and I aren't dating. Okay, the problem is that the quote-unquote hookup happened on her 18th birthday. So if you were into her, she was 17 and you were like 24, 23. Do you realize why that's a problem? You see the problem with that, right? Now, obviously, is MVD from... Where is MVD from? I think he's from Nevada, right? Because if he's from Florida, like in Florida, that age gap is legal. That is fine. But so is the anti one. The one for anti. So why is anti getting slayed for something MVD also did, but MVD doesn't get slayed for it? It's basically just a double standard. And yeah. I talk about the Jisoo stuff, but here's the problem. I don't think I covered the Jisoo stuff as well as I could have. I covered it much better in my later videos, but in terms of her involvement with the Sky Williams stuff, it just wasn't... I didn't do a good job of it. I don't think so. The toxic, Leffen part, I didn't go hard enough. Here's the thing. This was made the day before Evidence.zip 3, and my opinion on Hax's videos was a lot different then than it is now. Once I saw Evidence.zip 3. So that's why I was really conservative when it came to talking about Hax in his video. And I didn't even mention, like, Hax by name until the end of the video. Like, I made references to him, to his video, but, you know, I wasn't gonna, like, go crazy defending him, because I didn't feel like it would be good optically. But, yeah, I feel like this video, it's a good video. Because there are some parts that I think are really good. This part, even though I feel like I could, like now, in retrospect, I should have gone harder on Leffen in this video. For how far I did go, I think it was good. This part I think was really good. Basically saying that, hey, just because you hate technicals doesn't make him wrong. This part I think was good. This is what the MVD video should have been. And then this part I did okay. So I'm gonna put it here in great. Now we start anti-haxers. So this is obviously this came out day before .zip 3. After seeing .zip 3, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to defend Hax. I think he made a video that's coherent. I understand the arguments he's trying to make. John's video wasn't really to prove how Zero was a pedo. It was mainly to prove how bad text points were, like the Zero not being sexual with the Smash kids. I mean, I think John made some fair points, but I also think he made some dumb ones as well. I talked about it earlier in the stream, but yeah. So yeah. At this point, I want to defend hacks with a series of videos, so that's why I created Anti-Haxers, which, also, speaking of Nick, he... I remember he was watching, he was showing, what's his face? I think Zaptai. I think it was showing him, or somebody. He was showing them, Hax's videos on Leffen, the evidence.zip ones. And he showed, he just made fun of anti-haxers on his stream, which, I mean, it was funny, because, like, that's kind of the point of anti-haxers, like, that it's supposed to be, like, a joke. That's kind of, like, the point of the title. But the fact that he just kind of laughed at them and then didn't even watch them, it just felt like, I wish he had watched them so that we could get an actual, like, he could actually understand where I was coming from with these videos. Because, like, obviously, in the context that he was bringing it up, they seemed like really deranged, like, pieces. But then when you watch them, you're like, oh, these are actually pretty tame. So it's like, I just wish he actually watched them. Because they seem ludicrous, just looking at them from the outside, but when you actually take the time to watch them, they're not terrible. That being said, I think the first episode, it's a B tier. I talk about political science.
All right, so today
In this one, I don't know why. See, I talk about the Melee political scale. So yeah, where do you lie on the political index in the Smash community? Are you far left or far right? I'm a melee progressive. I'm all the way on the left. Oh, I'm on the melee alt right. Hacks dumb. You know, I'm more of a moderate myself. You know. Anyways, this was basically just about how Leffen lied about evidence.zip and manipulated Samox into censoring it in metagame. So yeah, I think it was a solid video. I don't think it was necessarily bad. Next, double standards.
All right, so today we're going to be...
This is the most popular one, and the Leffen scale. Yeah, this is my most popular one. I wish I went more into why how Jisoo and Leffen lied during Me Too, because I kind of really vaguely covered it. Like, this is the extent that I talked about it. I didn't really give enough context for it. So... yeah, everything else was good, but I feel like if I went more in depth onto this would have been an A or an S, but right now it's a B. Or it's a B, because it's just... it could have been better, but it's good where it is. Next up, talking points. This one's an A. It's short, to the point, it gets the job done. It's not the most popular episode, but you know, it doesn't need to be, and you know, it basically adds context to a lot of this stuff. Like, it basically just talks about how degenerate people are on Twitter. So yeah, and yeah, I covered this stuff. I talked about this before in last dose, and I also mentioned it in my current Leffen video. Plausible deniability. I think this was a good episode of Anti-Haxers. I just don't think it's S, because there were some things that I could have talked about better.
Alright, so today...
and also I blame in this video. I think I blamed Leffen for the crab. And also I didn't really. There were some parts in this video that I should have included that I did include in my Leffen video, but in terms of the HBox con, but. Yeah, I think this was fine. I talked about Zero more in depth here. Then I briefly covered MTK. So yeah, this is an A tier video. Could have been S, but you know, there's that. Thumbnail's pretty good. It's the Drake meme with Leffen. The slime video, which turned out to be the most divisive video. I think this is one of my favorite videos that I've made. So I'm gonna put it in A. I think the arguments they're okay. This intro. Alright, so today we're gonna be yeah. I also called Ludwig a former top 100 player. Yeah, but other than that, I think this was a good video. Talk about pseudo-nihilism. This is where I needed to be careful because I didn't want to come across as like deranged and obsessive like Hax was. Because if I say the term pseudo-nihilism, then it's like your brain might shut off and think, okay, this guy's being a bit dramatic because it sounds dramatic, right? Pseudo-nihilism. So I just said pseudo-nihilism in the name of the segment and then just didn't mention it anywhere and just explained what it was instead of saying, oh, this is called pseudo-nihilism. Yeah, realistically, I don't really have anything against slime. This video used to be titled Why Slime is Deplorable, but I retitled it to Why Slime is Dishonest because it's more accurate as to how I feel about how Slime treated the whole situation. And again, if he wants, he can do whatever he wants. Like, all these people can do what they want. But yeah, I feel like I just felt like Slime was being dishonest during the whole debacle. Like saying, "Oh, is Hax okay?" Like I feel I'm scared for his mental health while also consistently dunking on him. So it's like, yeah. Exactly, you belittled him instead of psychoanalyzing him. Yeah. So yeah, this one's going in A tier. Last Dose, I'm just gonna put in C because it wasn't really anything big. Like as a finale, like all it was just a clarification episode, a recap episode, and it had a Q&A at the end. So, and also it talked about my opinion on Hax's apology. And the thumbnail's godlike. But yeah. It really wasn't that big. It had a low ceiling but a high floor. So that's why it's not D, because it's not like it could have been better. It was just supposed to be. It was what it was supposed to be, which was just like a recap video. The Hugs video turned out to be more divisive than I thought it would be. Because this is another example of what I mean by I don't think I'm necessarily wrong. Because Hugs ended up apologizing to the people privately and kind of amending his stance during the whole thing. So I do feel like I was on the right side when it came to criticizing him. And some of the things I felt like were just generally accepted things in the community that I was talking about, but apparently they weren't. Basically, I talked about him criticizing what's-her-face, Vicky Kitty, for taking the Nintendo job. Also talking about how he didn't watch Hax's videos, but then tried to like give his 2 cents on them when you didn't even watch what happened. And it's funny because he's always like, "Oh, Twitter's a terrible platform," but he seemed to trust Twitter a lot when it came to Hax's video. So I'm just say when it came to evaluating Hax's video, you took Twitter's evaluation at face value just like that, but everything else, it was, yeah. Then obviously we have
I don't exactly take you seriously because this is a recurring pattern.
We have the physics joke. Let me get Matt in here because he needs to hear this as well. You've never heard the physics joke?
No, I've never heard it.
I can't believe it. Oh my god. Alright. There was a farmer. He had this farm with a bunch of chicken on it. He had a lot of chickens, and something was wrong with his chickens, or something wasn't normal. He's like, "Oh man, I need to get this fixed. I can't be selling my chicken, but I have bad chicken." He first hires a biologist to inspect what's going on with the chicken, and they do like an experiment, take like measurements, look at the chicken, like their bodies, He comes back, reports to the farmer, and says, "Alright, I couldn't find anything wrong with your chicken." He goes, hires a chemist. The chemist does all these experiments. He checks the food, the digestive system, that kind of stuff, tries to see what's going on there. Wants to get an understanding of what's going on with the chicken from a chemistry perspective. So after he finishes conducting his experiments, he goes back to the farmer and says, "I could not find anything wrong with your chicken."
What's up, Luna, guys?
The farmer's like, "Are you kidding me? That's 2 in a row. Something's definitely wrong here." So now he hires a physicist. So the physicist draws all these equations, some variables, some substitutions, all this stuff. His experiment, he basically takes the chicken and launches it at a wall. And
Okay.
he goes back to the farmer and says, "Oh yeah, something's wrong with your chicken." It's such a dumb joke. But yeah, Lunageist was in this video. This is basically, this segment was talking about the whole Pyra and Mithra.
Jesus is dumb, and I think he made a bigger deal out of it than it really was.
And it becomes dumber when you don't hardly explain what objectification is in your entire video. You just gave your audience the idea that objectification is just gawking at a woman, and that's objectification.
You got your like shows in the 50s and TV shows in the 60s where it was just totally cool for the men on the shows to ogle the women and objectify them and just look them up and down, and then it was just kind of funny or they thought it was great.
And I'm not even joking, that's the only time he ever gave his audience an idea of what objectification is. Using examples of TV shows from the 50s and 60s, also the decade where lynching was also common on television. Objectification is dehumanizing someone and reducing them solely as the object of sexual desire. How does gawking at someone instantly mean that they're dehumanizing them?
You're just thinking, well, it's just a...
Yeah, I think this was a solid video too. Because I feel like I made my arguments clearer in this video than in others. Alright, and lastly, we have the latest video came out this weekend. This is Going S. Like, it might just be recency bias. Like, I might, in the future, drop it down here, maybe. Or maybe even here, but for now, I don't think I'll ever see this video below a B tier. I think this is one of the best projects I've ever worked on. Every video against Hugo is solid. Well, yeah. So yeah, I really think, yeah, because I worked on this project for like a month and a half, few weeks now, for a while really, and for it to finally come out, be finished, you guys received it so well. It's something special. So yeah, I feel like the biggest thing when it comes to my content is just, yeah, I feel like this is just, how clear are my arguments? Am I being thorough enough? Because that's kind of my goal with these videos. It's more than just, oh, am I right or wrong? Because like with the MVD situation, I feel like I'm right about what I said about MVD, but it doesn't matter because I didn't portray it in a way that was thorough and you can understand it. So that's why I rank it down there. If I had done a better job on it, then it would have probably been a B or A tier video, but you know, as of where it is right now. Your dislikes visible again? No, I have a Chrome extension. I use Brave browser, which is Chromium based, but yeah, I can see dislikes because I have an extension for it. So yeah, but where is it? Right here. These kind of comments are these are the kind of comments that I want to receive, because it's like, even let me just read. Didn't agree with the whole video, though it was super entertaining nonetheless. The joke at the end got me, lol. This is what I kind of shoot for. Even if you disagree with me, and you don't think I'm right about everything, so long as I can still make the videos entertaining, that's a win for me. Whether you like the music, the visuals, the jokes, the humor, or even whether you agree with me, you think the video is interesting, so long as you find some sort of value in the video, that's a win for me. So yeah, that's kind of why I also included evidence that, well, we're so close to 1,000. Come on, could we please get this to 1,000 likes? I've never gotten this many likes on a video before. So yeah, that's kind of why I included this to the video, because I want to add something so that way even if you didn't like the video, you could still at least find something of value in it. So yeah. So yeah, we've come a long way. It started with this video, just some random video about TikTok. I didn't know what I was doing. Just kind of... When was Leffen at his peak in subs? I have no clue. Definitely pause. But yeah, it all started here. Some random, almost hour-long video on why TikTok is cringe. Had no clue what I was doing. But from this, I was able to derive my own style. And now we're here.
I never got up.
Yeah, so if there's one thing that to learn from this, it's to just grind. The better you get, the bigger the reward, basically. Yeah, that's basically it. Get vaccinated. Yeah. I don't really know what else there is to say. Does this all make sense? What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this list? It's about the grind. Yeah. But yeah, just make good content, and eventually people will find it, and yeah. Because it's like, look at some of these older besides this video, which I think was genuinely a great video. Like, look at all my older videos and then compare them to this one. Like some of the later ones, like the Hugs one, Leffen one, and you'll just see like you can visually see the growth and progression of, like, when it comes to the arguments I make, how thorough I am. So yeah. All right, so just for anybody who wasn't here earlier in the stream, some of the upcoming content, I have 3 new docs in the works, gonna be coming out probably next year, because I'm probably not gonna be able to finish them this month. So Expect new documentaries coming out. Start 2020 franchise season. Gonna try to get a new episode of the podcast out. If you want to watch our podcast live, if you want to be able to listen into our podcast live, you can join the Discord server. It should be in the description somewhere, linked, and you can join. And we'll announce when we're gonna record a new episode, and you can listen in live while we're recording it. So yeah, want to do more live streams like this, where I can just talk to you guys, just chat, have discussions, and then also have other streams where we just play games, and also second channel with gonna try to get second channel content out this week. Gonna get an episode out. So yeah. And yeah, that's what's on the agenda for next couple months. Gonna try to walk back the amount of drama content, unless I have to. Not have to, but unless I feel like I want to. So yeah, that's really it. That's all I really want to talk about. All I really want to discuss. So yeah, I'm gonna end stream in a bit. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the support on the Leffen video. And yeah, see you guys next time.